Alrighty. We are here. We have opened the path above to dim Carcosa. It is time to end this once and for all. Okay. before we get into the game, however, let's take a quick recap of what's happened so far. Let's see. So, curtain call was fine. We did take a mental trauma going through curtain call. We did a pretty good job going through Last King. We managed to interview 3 of the VIPs, get clues from another one, and get the heck out. And let's see. And then moving into the museum, we made a couple of mistakes, but did manage to get the tattered cloak. We escaped the asylum. So, I mean, that's an accomplishment in and of itself. And then the last 2 scenarios, wow, I'm drawing a blank. Phantom of Truth and Palette Mask and Black Star's Rise. Let's see. Going into Phantom, we did okay. could have gone better. We ended up dooming out in that scenario. And then going into Palette Mask, I got stuck. So that sucked. And then Black Star's Rise actually was pretty kind to us. So we did manage to open the path above, and that is how we'll be going through this campaign. We only managed to collect 4 doubt and conviction total, so we're going to be using the version 1 of the act deck. I have yet to put the random locations into play, but I have pretty much done everything else. So we put all the locations into play, and then you set aside a bunch of stuff. And then one thing I did forget to do was put the Man in the Palette Mask out of play. So let's just quickly do that. And while we're here, I might as well go ahead and talk about the deck real quick. I did. The only change I really made was I took out a magnifying glass for another copy of Deny Existence. This scenario has a ton of ways of dealing horror to you. So I just wanted another way to soak up horror, and having a second flashlight is not really that useful now that we have Cornered plus Madame LeBranche all set up. I also ended up taking Plucky as well. That was last scenario, but the same reasoning holds true, is that I wanted an extra sanity soak, and it's also fast, which has been pretty key in the couple of games that I've played with this. So I kind of wish I had taken this earlier, but that kind of is what it is. Let's go ahead and get these random locations into play here. Right. Next page. Oh yeah, and the other thing about this scenario too is that you're not defeated when you take horror. So you can essentially just accumulate a bunch of sanity loss, but it usually comes to your detriment, as a lot of cards in the scenario have effects that when you have 0 remaining sanity. I did take the 2 horror already. It's half your sanity value rounded down, which was it had 1 trauma of each. And then I took 2 because that would be a 4. So, let's see here. I think that's just about it. Oh, I did add the 3 Doom to the agenda because we only managed to chase the stranger once throughout this entire campaign. I don't know how that happened, but we didn't really draw him that much. Okay, so I've got all the other locations pretty much set up here. We do start in the Dark Spires, since we opened the path above. And let's just go ahead and we'll shuffle these up. And put that one into play with its clues. Then these other ones get set aside outside of play. Alright, the next one is this one. There's 3 of these. Let's go ahead and we'll shuffle those up. We'll put that there. The next one is the Ruins, which is this one. So let's go ahead and shuffle these up. We'll put that there. And then the last one's the Bleak Plains, right? Yep. Okay. And bam. Alright. So it looks like everything's all set up here. Just gonna do a quick double check here. It looks like it. Yep. All the locations are in play. We did that. We set the main and the pallet basket to play. All those cards are set aside out of play. We took the horror and then shuffled the remaining cards to make the encounter deck. So I am just going to give these a quick shuffle. And I'll leave these here for now because I think we need these later on. I'm not positive. I haven't played this in a while, and I didn't do any test runs of this scenario. So here's hoping we make it. Quick read on these real quick. Haster cannot be defeated. The agenda has a forced effect that says if there are at least 3 damage on Haster, you advance. And our objective is when we've collected the requisite number of clues, we must immediately spend them to advance. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and give the old deck a shuffle here, and let's go to our opening hand. Wow! Okay, we really don't want these. I like seeing Manimal Branch in my opening hand. This is pretty much just upside in this scenario, right? I'm really trying to think of a reason that this isn't good, and I can't see one. Do I want this? Do I really want this? I think I do. So I think I'm gonna hold on to that for now. Yeah. I think that's gonna do it for my mulligan. So let's go ahead and draw 2 here. Live and Learn and a Rabbit's Foot. Not ideal. I was looking for a cornered, but that's okay. I think we can make do without cornered. Well, for now at least. Alright, turn 1. We have the scenario card there. Let's double check the chaos bag. Yeah, I did add the 2 cultists and the 2 elder things. -5. Okay. Everything else looks all set there. Let's delete that. Alright, turn 1 here. 3 Doom. Investigation phase. Let's start by playing Manimal Branch. That was action 1. This is still action 1. I'm going to play Plucky. Let's use my Tarot slot here. For another resource. And let's play Rabbit's Foot with our second action. Another resource. And then the last... Oh, I can't even do that for my last action. It was either play Rabbit's Foot or play Tattered Cloak. I think I'm going to play Tattered Cloak, actually. So we have -1 sanity. We're basically already dead to sanity. And then... I think that's fine, though. And then we get +1 will, +1 combat, and +1 agility. So we're currently rocking a 5, 2, 3, 4, which is not too bad. And then the last action, let's... Ooh, actually, what I can do is I can use Manimal Branch to gain a resource, and then last action, play Rabbit's Foot. Alright, no enemies. Let's move into upkeep here, where I will gain a resource and draw a card. Ooh, a Test of Will. Alright, turn 2. Let's add a Doom. So we're at 4 Doom of 7 right now, or in Mythos phase. We'll draw our encounter card. Dissonant Voices. That's fine. Okay, so that was our Mythos phase, and let's move into Investigation phase here. So we're pretty okay on the setup here. We have Plucky plus Manimal Branch to help us with our investigates, which is pretty cool. So let's take a look at the map here. Dark Spires is a 3 shroud, 2 clue location. And I believe all these locations have like flip effects. That you flip them over after you discover all the clues. It's just kind of weird that there's nothing... Yeah, it doesn't really say anything about that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, huh. But I'm pretty sure it works just like Veiled. Each of the locations in the scenario has no unrevealed side, and therefore interplay with the revealed side. Blah blah blah. These locations have stories on their reverse sides. When a location in Carcosa enters play, place clues on it equal to set it as normal. But it doesn't say anything about actually flipping the cards over. So that's a thing. Yeah, I don't remember how these flip. The campaign guide doesn't really say anything about it. Yeah, huh, okay. Yeah, let's use Duke to investigate here. Or we want to go here. We could move and investigate alternatively as well, but I think I want to investigate. Let's use Duke with our first action. It's going to be a 4 versus 3, but we'll go ahead and pitch a resource. It'll be 5. Yeah, we'll just make it 5 versus 3. Chaos Wake says a -3. If this token is revealed during an attack or an evasion, you lose an action. Okay. Well, fortunately, that did not happen. So we fail. This kind of sucks. Let's go ahead and use Rabbit's Foot to draw a card. Another Plucky. We can't play that anyway. Let's use Manon LeBranche to gain a resource. Come on, there we go. And then, I guess we'll... I don't really want to... We could try it again. I don't really want to. We could alternatively pitch this Plucky to try again. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to move for now. I'm gonna spend an action to move, and then after you discover the last remaining clue, lose an action. That's not the end of the world. And then I guess with my last action, I'm gonna draw a card. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss any. Yeah, just can't play fast cards. That's fine. Alright, still no enemies. And then we'll move into upkeep here. I'll gain a resource and draw a card. Draw a magnifying glass. Okay, let's ready our stuff here. At the end of the round, this gets discarded. And then we move into Mythos phase, turn 3. 5 doom already, gross. That's really gross. Oh. Why? Frozen in fear, why? Alright, so the end of the turn we get to test willpower 3 to get rid of it, but the first time we perform a fight, move, or evade, it costs an additional action, which is ugh. Thankfully we have Duke, so we can kind of circumvent that. So let's go ahead and start the turn. Let's go ahead and play Mag Glass. And then let's use Duke. We're gonna place this Palace of the King cannot be flipped over. Oh, we can definitely take a damage. Let's move and investigate the ruins of Carcosa here. We're currently 2-3 up. We're at a 5 versus 2. Do I want to commit anything else? I don't think I do. Let's test 2 versus 5. A skull, which is a -2, and we do have sanity remaining. We have 1. So we get a clue. Very nice. We'll go ahead and get this clue. And then we have 2 actions left. We could just spend our turn moving. While you are here, you cannot play ally assets. That's also kind of fine with us. So does this get... I'm confused. I forget if you just flip these over or not, because I know that's like the whole point. But I honestly I don't remember. Let me just hold on. I'm gonna actually I'll be right back, and I'm just gonna do a quick rules check here. All right, I found it. There's specific instructions within the actual scenario itself that tell you when to flip it. So we're gonna go with that. So let's just continue onward here. I have 2 actions left. Sorry about that little pause there. I am supposed to take a damage, so let's not forget to do that. I will put a damage onto Madame LeBrant. And why she's hanging out with me in Carcosa is beyond me, but hey, that's her prerogative. Okay, so we have 2 actions left. We have a Frozen in Fear, which causes us to take an additional action when we move. So we could move to the Palace of the King and end our turn. So I'm not sure if we're supposed to be flipping locations or not. I don't remember which version of Haster that we have. But let's Yeah, I'm just going to spend the last of my 2 actions to move into the Palace of the King here. And then at the end of our round, the end of our turn, yep, we will test Willpower 3. We're currently at a 5, but I'm going to go ahead and pitch a resource into Plucky, and then I will use Mandible Branch to gain a resource, and that's going to be a 6 versus 3 here. I don't think I want to use that last the last resource. I think I'm going to hold on to it for now. So let's test 6 versus 3. Casmic says, yes, feels good. The exacties feel so good in this game. All right, so that goes hub-a-bite now. Enemy phase. There are no enemies on the board still, and then we move into upkeep, where I will ready all my stuff here, and I will gain a resource and draw a card. Drawing the sign. Awful. Well, it could be worse. This card has really not been too bad for me, all things considered. Most of the time, by the time I even draw this card, I have cornered, so it's like pretty much a non-factor. Let's just go ahead and discard this Plucky. I feel like we're probably going to need these 2 Test of Wills for the time being. Let's move into Mythos phase turn 4. We're on 6 Doom currently of 7. We only have 1 turn left remaining. We draw the final act. Surge, Revelation of Thursday. If you have no remaining sanity, place 2 Doom in the agenda. But we do have remaining sanity, so nothing happens, but we do Surge. Possession, Torturous, Peril, Hidden. Secretly add it to your hand. If you have horror on you greater than twice your sanity, you are immediately eliminated and killed. And we can spend 5 resources to get rid of it. Alternatively, I can use Test of Will to get rid of it. What do you think, chat? Do you think that's worth? I think it's worth it. I think it's especially because I already have 1. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't think chat cares. Yeah, you don't care. You just want to see me suffer anyway. So let's exile this, and let's just say no way Jose to that. Hit non-weakness, cancel the treachery effect. So bye now. And then we'll go ahead and move back into investigation phase 3 actions. We are in the Palace of the King. Let's use our first action to investigate. We are investigating at a 2 currently versus a 5. I think that's going to be enough. So let's go ahead and Casbake says -1. We get a clue. Let's I don't know if I want to discard a card to Ready Duke to try it again. We have a 3. We could honestly let's just investigate again. Let's use Mandible Branch to get a resource after we spend a resource. So we're gonna pump +2, and then it's gonna be a 5 versus 2 again. Chaos Spike says Elder Sign. Woohoo, man! Very nice. Let's Ready Duke. Let's get a clue. So that was cool. Nice. And then final action, we'll investigate. Well, it doesn't have any damage on him, so that's not really relevant. But let's go ahead and just investigate 2 versus 5. Chaos Bag says, oh, yes. The bag is being very kind today. Very kind. Alright, so we get this last clue. That was a pretty productive turn, all things said, if I do so say myself. We have no actions remaining. Let's go ahead and move into enemy phase. There are no enemies, and then we'll move into upkeep, where I will take a sip of water. Alright, and then after all of that necessary bodily function stuff, let's ready your stuff, let's gain our actions back, let's gain a resource and draw a card here. We draw a Stroke of Luck. That's aptly named considering the situation that's been going on in the game. Let's move into Mythos phase. This is going to be turn 5, and the agenda will advance. Turning a corner, you nearly bump into a nurse with light brown hair and sharp features. Starting to sound like Nurse Heather. You tell her the violent patients and the strange things you've seen, but she doesn't listen. When you inquire about Daniel, she informs you that he is a friend of the king and that he resides in the palace. An investigator must decide to choose one. We can either test Willpower 4 to snap out of it. If successful, we advance to Agenda 2A. If failed, we have to choose an option we've yet to choose. We either do that or we test, let's see, what is that, willpower? Oh, I also forgot to advance this because I'm stupid. So we'll do that as well. That was my bad. Alright. This can't be real, this can't be real, this can't be real. Each investigator takes 2 horror. Each investigator faint and awaken sometime later or replace a doom. Okay. So let's try to test willpower willpower 4 here. We currently have a 5. And we can pump it up to a 6. Yeah, I don't hate that. Let's do that. 4 versus 6, Chaos Bike says. Woo, -2. Man, we are getting really lucky with this bag. It has been most kind to us today. Alright, let's go back here. So we advanced Agenda 2A. No extra doom. Hastur gets +1 fight and cannot be defeated. If there are at least 5 damage on Hastur, advance this agenda. Alright. And we were supposed to, we did collect all the clues that we needed, so we were supposed to advance this. Alright. A shadow creeps along the wall beside you, and your heart leaps into your throat. You turn, and a finger flits away just out of sight. Either your mind is playing tricks on you or something else is in the theater. You follow the direction of the shadow rounding a nearby corner. At the end of the hall, he stands awaiting you. The man who wears the pallid mask, the stranger whose steps you have haunted for so many weeks. You remember that you have been here before. The theater dissolves around you. The bright glare of 2 suns pierce into your eyes from above. Do you remember now? He asks. He turns and vanishes into the aether as it is taunting to haunt you. Spawn the set-aside man in the pallid mask at the palace of the king. And then each investigator cannot discover clues. The man in the pallid mask cannot be defeated. And while the lead investigator is at the man in the pallid mask location, they can spend 3 actions to advance. Well, that's convenient because that's where we already are. So let's spend these 2 clues. So we were supposed to immediately do that. And then I wasn't supposed to get these 2 clues. So I feel like I should just put these back on the location. Because I got a clue here, and then I got a clue here, and then I should have immediately advanced. And then this would have prevented me from discovering clues. So that is what it is. We'll chalk it up. Have yet to draw any encounter cards. Let's do that. The Realm of Madness. Revelation, discard cards from play and or your hand with a total resource printed cost of X, where X is the amount of horror on your investigator, which is currently a 3. If no cards are discarded by this effect, take 2 horror. That's poop. Well, I guess let's use Madame Lebranche to gain a resource. And then discard Madame Lebranche. No, we need Madame Lebranche, I think. I think we can discard this. So we'll discard that. That actually gives us more sanity to work with. And then let's it's either Mag Glass or Rabbit's Foot. Because the other Plucky's already in our discard pile, so I don't want to get rid of this. We need this, but we don't really necessarily need one of these 2 cards. Let's get rid of the Rabbit's Foot, because we already have 3 cards in our hand, and that's all we can have with this. Okay. Investigation phase. Let's go ahead. This should be tapped. My apologies. I guess we could just spend our 3 actions to advance, because we really can't do much else. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Ooh, the Pallid Mask itself. Revelation put the Pallid Mask into play under the lead investigator's control, remove the man in the Pallid Mask from the game, and spawn the set-aside Haster, the Tattered King, at the Palace of Play, and cannot leave play. Can I test of will this? Is that a thing? I mean, it has a revelation effect that says put it under your control. Oh no, it has to be a treachery card. This isn't a treachery card. That's haha, just kidding. That would be funny if you could do that though. Also that art. I love that art piece. So yeah, that sucks. Okay. So we die now, because that's a thing. Okay, so we remove the man in the Pallid Mask from the game, and then we spawn Haster. Oops. And then we spawn El Hasterino, the Tattered King. And he spawns at our location. Prey, so he's a 3/8/2. Prey, most remaining sanity, which is currently me. He has Hunter. If Haster deals damage to you in excess of your sanity, you take 1 damage as well. While Haster is being attacked or evaded by an investigator with no remaining sanity, treat each Elder Sign +1 or 0 or -1 as a auto fail. Ugh. What? Oh my god. Okay. I see how that is. That's... what the hell? That's... awful. That is absolutely awful. Alright, and then what else does this do? It just can't leave play? That's lame. Alright, well that's our objective here. If there are no clues on your location, you remove each investigator's clues from the game and you flip your location and resolve the text on the other side. If Haster is defeated, advance. Haster gets +1 fight and cannot be defeated, and if we deal 5 damage to him, we advance. Gross. Okay. Yeah, that's a thing. So, I'm assuming he attacks during the enemy phase, right? So we just, like, take a bunch of damage and horror? That's awful. Yeah. So this Plucky's gonna have to go away, right? Because we take... this is on us. And then we take 4 horror. Ugh. So we'll go... yeah, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wow, that's awful. Oh my god. Right? And then I have to take a damage if I do that. Okay, so let's just do that. Oh my goodness. Gross. Okay, that was enemy phase, and then upkeep. I will ready my stuff and gain a resource and draw a card. Finally. That's kind of useless now that we have to spend our time evading that Who's-a-What's-er. We're probably gonna have to use this, so we'll discard this for the time being. So that. Now let's move into Mythos phase. Turn 6. Let's add a Doom. Haster's a big meat boy. You cannot play events. It's either pitch everything to corner for forever. This just wastes a card in my hand too. Gross. Is this worth Test of Welling? If it doesn't really feel like it, but I might have to. Oh, that wouldn't give me enough oh. Yeah. That wouldn't give me enough resources. Crud. Yeah, we'll have to do something with it. Because we're only evading at a 3. So yeah, let's just get rid of that. Okay. Investigation phase here. Let's try to evade this guy. 2 versus 3 currently. And then we are going to do this. We're going to commit that. Chaos Bag says a -4. We were at +2 up, and then after revealing a token, we can choose to exile this to make it automatically successful, which we will do. Thank you. No, thank you. Alright, you go away now. Yeah, jeez. I don't know if we're ever going to be able to damage it without quartered in play. To discover clues, lose an action. Let's, okay, so first action was to evade. We have 2 remaining actions. Let's, yeah, let's move and investigate with Duke. Sorry, you can't really see that on camera, but I'm just doing that for convenience's sake. We're gonna move and investigate here, and we're pretty okay with losing an action here. So let's do that. It's gonna be 5 versus 2. Caswick says 0. Very nice. We get this clue, and we lose an action, unfortunately. Yeah, it was 2 versus 5. We get this clue, and then enemy phase. Haster will ready, which I don't appreciate at all. And that was enemy phase, and then we'll move into upkeep, where I will gain a resource and draw a card. I draw a second copy of Madame LeBranche. That's pretty useful there. Let's get our actions back. Let's ready Duke as well. Let's go into turn 7, Mythos phase here. 2 Doom of 7. Haster has a bunch of fight still. We've used all our exile cards, so go us. Let's draw our encounter card, and we draw a Spawn of Hali. No, not more enemies. That is not what I want to be dealing with right now. Alright, so 4/4/2. Retaliate. After we evade it by 2 or less, we have to take a horror. That's why. Why do you have to do this to us? We were just trying to play this cornered. Just trying to set up here, man. Come on. We don't even have, like, track shoes or anything. We don't have a way. We have Scrapper, so we could use Scrapper to try to boost our evade value here, which I think we're gonna have to do, and then try to play cornered next turn. Let's go ahead and do that. So first action here in our investigation phase is to evade this, and we're gonna go ahead and spend 2 resources with Scrapper, and then I'll use Madame LeBranche to gain a resource. So we're testing 2 versus 5. Newman, take the wheel! +1. Alright, very nice. We do not have to take a horror. This guy is successfully invaded. Yeah, we don't get to flip over locations still. Oh wait, no, we can, right? If there are no clues in your location, you can remove each clues from the game and resolve the text on the other side. So let's do that. And then we'll flip this over. Okay, you find yourself easily lost within the city's narrow, twisting streets. Routes that should lead back to familiar places lead instead to new parts of the city, and retracing your steps is impossible. Perhaps objects here do not exist in 3 dimensions like they do on Earth. Conventional maps cannot possibly begin to decept the complexity of Carcosa's design. You explore the streets carefully and begin to puzzle out a shocking map of the city. Test Intellect 3 for each point you fail by. Take a horror. Deal 1 damage to Haster regardless if you succeed or fail. After this test ends, flip this card back over for the remainder of the game. It cannot be flipped back over. Cool. Alright, so testing intellect 3. Haster will take a damage regardless. So that's an 8. Alright. We're currently at a 2. Yeah. 2 versus 3 Chaos Pick says. A skull, which is a -4 currently. Gross. So let's see here. We have to take 3 horror, which we'll just take. It's too late for us at this point, my friends. Okay, so fairly productive turn here. Let's use our second action to use Duke. We're gonna go ahead and move and investigate to the Bleak Plains location here. Yes. Okay. That is a 4 shroud to our 5. Let's... Oh yeah, I should take a horror for that, shouldn't I? At least one, right? I've said it at least once. It's hard not to, man. It's so hard not to. Goodness. Yeah, we don't have resources to play corner. We're investigating at a 2 versus 5. Do we want to commit Madame LeBranche? I don't know if we do. Let's just test 4 versus 5. Chaos Bike says a cultist. If we fail, take a horror. Revealing another token, we reveal a -3, and we do in fact fail, so we will take a horror. Alright, last action. Let's I guess let's just gain a resource. Actually, do we want to move again? I think we want to move again, actually. Otherwise, this guy will hunt. Well, he can't go down, right? Because this isn't connected to this. Yeah, so we can actually afford to stay here for a turn. So yeah, let's just use our last action to gain a resource. Right? Do I need... Well, yeah. No real point in not doing it. So let's move into enemy phase here. Let's put Haster over here. This guy will ready. Oops. Because he doesn't stay, he hunts. I'll take a horror because I said his name again. I'm really bad at not doing that. Right, so upkeep phase. Let's go ahead and gain our actions back. Let's ready our stuff here. We gained a resource already. Let's draw a card. We draw a lucky level 2. Sweet deal. Let's go into turn 8 here. Redoom of 7. Let's... Whispers in your head, dismay. You cannot commit skill cards to skill tests. Well, good thing I can discard them to cornered. Haha. How do you like that, apple? Alright, so let's kick things off here by playing cornered. The whole reason we did this. Very nice. We are in business. Let's go ahead and try to investigate that location there. We're going to go ahead and use Duke. Second action here. We are testing currently a 5 versus 4. I'm going to pitch... We could just test 5 versus 4 and see how this does, which I don't hate. So let's start by doing that. 5 versus 4, Chaos Pick says -2. Okay, we were 1 up. Let's go ahead and spend a resource here, and we'll play lucky. So we will pass. We will draw a card. Ooh, a deny existence. Nice. Okay. So that happened. We get a clue. We drew a card. And then we're going to go ahead and remove this clue from the game to flip this location over via this effect here. Alright, we flip this over, and what does it say? A sudden rift in the clouds above allows you to see the sky for the first time since arriving in this strange place. The sky is orange-tinted and devoid of darkness, but black stars shine above you. If the workings of earthly science mean anything in this world, perhaps you can create a map. of the stars above to find your way home. You find a long stick and begin to draw on the sand. Each investigator heals 3 horror. Woo! Deal 4 damage to an enemy in play other than Haster. Damn. Each investigator heals 2 horror. Remove this card from the game and replace it with another set-aside copy. Okay, so this spawn is going to go hubba-bye. So let's go ahead and deal 4 damage to this guy here. We will heal 2 horror. So I cannot, for the life of me, not say his name. Because, you know, why on earth? Okay. So this spawns here. It's the same location. Yeah, that's the only other one, so. Alright, so we're there. We've removed our clues from the game. We have 1 action left here. Let's gain a resource, the fast action. And then let's go ahead. I'm at a weird impasse. So I kind of want to discard a card so that I can use Duke again. So I'm kind of thinking of discarding this LeBranche. And saving this, I'm not sure if that's worth my time. I think it is. It's like, alternatively, I could just spend 2 resources and essentially get a similar effect, but it also costs an action. So yeah, I'm going to discard, actually, yeah, because I'm not going to have really any other opportunity. It's like, alternatively, I could just investigate, but I don't think that's really worth it. Having this in my hand is just actually kind of annoying. Because we don't have 2 actions to spend currently. We could gain a resource, but I don't really like that play either. Haster is going to move into our location, so alternatively we could move back into the shores. So let's spend our last action to do that, actually. And then enemy phase, Haster will move. And then during the upkeep phase, we will gain a resource, draw a card here. We draw a last chance, which is pretty good. We will have to discard a card. Which is kind of why I was thinking about just investigating with Duke anyway, but I don't want to just take more horror if we don't need to. So let's pitch this Madame LeBranche for this. And then we'll go ahead and ready our stuff here. We'll go into turn 9, and we'll go ahead and add some Doom. We're on 4 of 7. Our encounter card is Dismal Curse. Revelation test willpower 3. If you have no remaining sanity, which we do not, this is a willpower 5. If you fail, take 2 damage. 4 damage instead if you have horror on you greater than twice your sanity. I think we do. We have a 3 sanity. 3 sanity? Oh my god. No! This could deal potentially 4 damage. Good thing we have this deny existence. Haha! How do you like that? Tentacle, -3. Yeah, there was no way we were passing that. Let's deny existence that. Thank you very much. And let's carry on about our day here. Nobody moves into my space, thank you very much, actually. He stays a location away from me. Because we moved. Thank you for asking, though, Robert. Alright. Investigation phase here. Part of me wants to spend 2 actions to get rid of this. And then we could investigate. Alternatively, we could move. We could try to evade with this, which I hate. Because there's so many auto fails in the bag. Ugh. We could just like straight up die to that pretty easily here. So we could try to move and investigate and then try to deal another damage to Haster before we have to take a bunch of damage. Which I alternatively really don't hate, but it's not ideal. What do you want, man? I know, I can't help it. Fuck me, man. This is tough. This consumes a lot of space in our hand, but I don't think we have time to get rid of it right now. So let's first action move. Let's have Big Daddy H engage us here. This guy right here, he's going to engage us. Let's spend our second action to evade. Yeah. Second action to evade. Let's commit this last chance. We have one card. That's going to be a +4. Currently a 7 versus 2. Hoping to not draw one of those poopy tokens. Do I want to use resources? I don't think I need to right now. Caspec says, Newman, take the wheel. Of course. Of course. An auto fail. Because why wouldn't I draw an auto fail? Alright, let's try it again. This time we're gonna spend 2 resources with Scrapper, and then we'll use Mana LeBranche and gain a resource. That's going to be a 3, 4, 5 versus 2. Chaos Big says, God, why? Well, I guess somebody has to be, right? Somebody has to keep me honest. That was okay. So while things were going fine in the beginning there, we was not going great for us there. Okay, this is rough. How do we assign all this? I guess we'll take 4 horror, and then we'll just assign a bunch of damage. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just terrible. Wow, we are getting absolutely smacked here. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, let's move into upkeep here. Let's get our stuff back. It's ready. Let's draw some goodies, and we draw useful if we want to spend our turn failing, which we really don't at this point. We want to not die. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let's move into Mythos phase. Turn 10 here. Let's put the 5th Doom of 7, and we draw another Whispers in Your Head. Oh, goodness gracious. No. No! No! This completely screws us. Oh, God. No! No! I hate this card. Me. Oh my god. What do I even do now? I can't use Cornered, so that avenue's right out the window. He has a 4 fight, so like that's our alternative, I guess, is to try to fight the guy. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Crap baskets. Crap baskets. We could try to evade and then commit this. See if we fail. Which I don't hate. Let's do that first, I guess. 2 versus 3 here. Chaos Bag says. Alright, so we fail and we lose an action, and then we gain 2 resources and draw 2 cards. Where was this, like, literally 9 turns ago? Peter, my pal, I could have used your help way long ago. Alright, last action. Let's try to evade this guy, because, yeah. Otherwise, we die. Alright, so we're going to do this. It's going to be a +2. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, my God. We can't even. No. No. All right. We're just dead here. We're just straight up dead here. Oh, my God. This is awful. Alright, well, yeah, I'm actually dead here. There's really not much that I can do. I can try to evade 2 versus 3 here, but every token's gonna make me either fail or fail. Yeah, because I can't use cornered because of my anxiety, and I can't commit guards to skill test because I'm in complete dismay. So we could alternatively, no, there's nothing we can do. I mean, we can try to evade. Let's do it. Yeah. And then we would fail. So that's a thing. I guess, yeah, we would have had to have spent resources, but we can't even spend resources because we have anxiety. Okay, well, that was fun. That was very anticlimactic. Old big ol' Haster Daddy just smacked us into oblivion. So, rest in peace. Hold on, I should go find Taps real quick. Let me just go find the Tap song real quick. Dude, rip. Oh, man. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, goodness. Oh, Haster Daddy. Oh, shut up, YouTube. Oh, Haster Daddy, he got us good, man. He got us good. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, that was just brutal, man. That was absolutely brutal. What, like, I made a couple of mistakes there too. I should have immediately advanced the agenda, which probably could have probably would have rather changed the way I planned my turns out. So I did lose some actions kind of investigating when I shouldn't have investigated, but yeah, that's how Arkham goes. If you're not making rules mistakes, you are not playing it correctly, apparently. So, oh, yeah. Well, I think what's gonna happen here is that I'm definitely not winning the league, but I am pretty glad that I at least made it to the end of the campaign. I was hoping that Duke could fight the good fight, but he really kind of plateaus in his power level. Whereas if you watch some of the other leagues, runs of other people in the league, they're much more equipped to dealing with situations like that. I've been watching a fellow league member play through as Preston, and the things that Preston can do once he has enough experience is totally ridiculous. Whereas Pete really kind of flatlines, once you have like cornered and a couple other staple cards, that's really as good as you're gonna get, which is helpful in solo. It was really good getting through Unspeakable Oath. Is Duke is a huge time saver, and he saves you a ton of actions between moving through all the locations. All things said, though, I really can't complain with the performance of the deck. I kind of wish I had put the pluggies in the deck earlier, but the arcane studies ended up being pretty good. I was a little skeptical of them at first, but that in combination with Madame Lebranche was really really key on getting my intellect high enough to investigate like 4+ shroud locations. I do kind of wish there was a little more ways to deal with enemies efficiently. Duke is great, but he's not the best at dealing with boss enemies. So there were times I kind of wish I had a weapon or something like that, but Scrapper was pretty good in that regard. But maybe like a fire axe or something would have been pretty key, as you do have a hand slot that you can invest in that. I really liked let's see, a couple of other cards that I really liked. Let me just pull up the deck here real quick. Madame Lebranche is really good. I was really quite not surprised, but I guess I was kind of surprised. I was just surprised at how much she really carries you through the scenarios with this build. You're really able to leverage her ability pretty much every single turn, which is really great. Peter would have been really nice to have had in that scenario. We really could have just like had him soak a bunch of horror, and having additional stats is obviously also great too. That was kind of the plan. That was why I took out a Mag Glass for a Deny Existence, was that I wanted to have more ways to soak horror, but it just wasn't enough. Not when Haster Daddy's dealing 4 horror to you in a single attack. That was so brutal. Oh my god. But yeah, so I'm actually gonna swap over into my Akachi campaign. So why don't you guys, if you guys want to stick around and watch me play through the secret name, that'll be pretty fun. But go ahead and give me like maybe 10 minutes. I gotta take care of some things. So we'll be back. We shall return.